Good evening. Tonight we finish up our three-part series on the HAARP project. Now, for those of you who haven't been following this story, the HAARP project is a declassified military research project that's considered to be anything but a research project. In fact, most people believe that this unique, massive device that's located in the heart of Alaska is actually a military weapon capable of waging war on other countries by manipulating the weather, triggering earthquakes, intercepting missile attacks, and even interfering with human brainwave patterns. In addition, Your Real World recently discovered that HAARP isn't the only project of its kind, and that there are other projects similar to it located in Central Europe and also in Russia. Now, if even a fraction of this is true, then our world has entered a new era where countries can wage war on each other and blame it all on global warming or natural disasters. And with this kind of technology, it's going to be very, very difficult to prove who's causing the devastation that we see unfolding before us, before our very eyes. With our final installment, we go once again to CBC reporter Wendy Measley for more.
There have been claims made by some scientists that that you could heat up the ionosphere and affect local weather.
If you were to do Eastland patents, I have no doubt that's the case.
Claims are being made that it could disrupt global communications.
Global?
That it could shut down another country's communication system and enhance your own.
Not HAARP. Not HAARP in
as it is
Alaska.
Now.
No.
But you couldn't disable any systems?
Those that use, if the systems used a path which was accessible to the HAARP beam, yes.
Starting to sound like Eastland's invention to you? Well, remember, John Heckscher says HAARP has nowhere near the power levels Eastland talked about.
It seems like this entire thing has been a matter of disinformation.
Eric Nashlin understands the military. He spent 15 years in the service as a radio engineer. He knows deception.
It came to our attention that there was a document, a technical memorandum, I think it was 195 or something like that. And reading right in the front of it, they said that, bottom line, although this is here, it does not constitute publication.
It doesn't exist.
It basically doesn't exist, so it was kind of like, wow, here's the document that doesn't exist. We're talking several hundred pages of document that, you know, doesn't exist on a project that is completely unclassified and open to the public.
We got it through friendly folks in the right spots, but it really lays out, these are notes from a conference that really break down where they were going to use this technology and how this technology was going to be applied.
Remember the 100 billion watts debate? Well, for Nick Begich, this document was pay dirt.
And in the document that we uncovered, the actual desired level of these researchers is 100 billion watts, and there we're talking something closer to the order of what Bernard Eastland envisioned.
You must be familiar with Technical Memorandum 195, which talks about a desired level of 100 billion watts.
Which memorandum?
Technical Memorandum 195.
I'm not familiar with that number.
Well, it's about 600 pages, and it's. I mean, you may not acknowledge it because it hasn't been published, but it exists. I've seen it.
I don't know what Technical Memorandum 195 is, because I haven't seen it.
This is a published document. It's non-released, and it's the word games that John Heckscher plays and the word games the United States military plays, and it's the word games they continue to play, and those are the things that need to end.
Zap incoming missiles, disrupt global communications, and engineer the weather. And ready? There's one more. Some people believe the technology being tested here could be used for sinister projects involving humans. Radio waves messing around with people's brain waves. And guess what? The military denies this one, too.
In an earlier episode of Your Real World, I attempted to explain about your Strawman, the meaning of your Strawman, and how it's been created as your legal fiction to represent you and allow you to engage in commerce in the world we live in. Well, to be honest, I'm not quite sure that everyone quite understood what this was all about, so I found a cute little video that explains what it all means and how the wool has been pulled over your eyes since the day you were born.
Ah, the government. It loves you and wants to keep you safe and well. It even wants to make paying taxes, fines, and court costs easier for you. How? Well, you'll need to meet your Strawman. He was born the same day you were. He looks like you, has the same name, and lives in your house, but you never knew he existed. You will have even paid his parking tickets or taxes. The worst part? He's been dead from day one. From every birth certificate, a legal personality, or legal fiction, is created with the same name to confuse little old you into thinking it's you. So, there is a human you and a paper you, or as it's commonly known, a strawman. So when it seems like government officials, court clerks, or the police are speaking English, they aren't. They're speaking legalese, designed to make you agree to verbal and written contracts without even knowing about it, all spun from Black's Law Dictionary. For example, when the police say, "Do you understand?" you'll say, "Yes." What they are really saying is, "Do you stand under our authority?" Oops-a-daisy, you just created a verbal contract with them. Oh, you clever government. Did you know that whenever you register something, you are handing over title to the person you register it with? That's right. Whenever you register something with the government, they assume it belongs to them. Registered your car? Super! Now you are the registered keeper of your vehicle, and the government can crush it when you don't pay your, strawman's taxes. Expecting a new bundle of joy? Well then you need to register your little darling with a birth certificate. Then they can start the process all over again and create a new strawman for your little one. Isn't that great? So when Junior grows up, he'll be able to generate revenue just like you have. When you notify on your baby by signing the birth certificate, your child becomes a ward of state, and if the government doesn't like what you're doing, they'll assume it's okay to take the child away, or make new rules for things they don't like. Not enough school? Smacking your child? Shouting too loudly? Then it's off to social services for the little one. When you get a bill, it's sent to you, but belongs to your strawman, not you. That's why bills, fines, and summons start with Mr., Mrs., or Ms. Sometimes you'll see your surname in capitals, just like on a gravestone. That's because your strawman is dead, and just a silly piece of paper, created before you could comprehend or even consent to it. When you go to court, you represent your strawman, so you, the human, take on any costs, fees, taxes, and fines involved for the strawman. The human you doesn't even need to pay them. But you made a contract with the court by appearing on behalf of your legal personality or strawman, just like the government knew you would. Confused? Well, don't worry. The government doesn't want you to know anyway. If you knew, you'd stop paying things like council tax and parking tickets. Because when you go to court, you are representing your strawman. You are you, alive and made of flesh and blood. Your strawman, or legal personality, is a piece of paper created from your birth certificate. And you think it's you. What a silly Billy. Would you like to know more? Well then go over to tpuc.org. Get up, get informed, and get real.
Well, that's it for your real world for this week. Tune in next time to find out why Bill Gates and several other members of the elite have invested billions of dollars into creating something that's known as the Doomsday Vault. But as always on this program, we want you to do your own research, draw your own conclusions, and above all, open your eyes and your mind to what's happening in your real world. Good night.